So I wanted to bring up this article real quick from The Hill that was published earlier today. House panel to consider vaping tax bill this week. This is from The Hill. The House Ways and Means Committee is scheduled to consider a bill on Wednesday that would impose a tax on the nicotine used in vaping, Chairman Richard Neal, a Democrat from Massachusetts, announced on Monday. The panel will mark up a bipartisan bill introduced by Representatives Tom Suozzi and Pete King, a Democrat and Republican respectively from New York, under which nicotine from vaping products would be taxed at the same rate as nicotine from cigarettes. The Joint Committee on Taxation estimates the bill would raise nearly $10 billion over a decade. Suozzi's office said that the revenue raised by the vaping bill could be used to offset the cost of other bills the Ways and Means Committee is considering Wednesday that would require certain high-deductible health plans to cover the cost of inhalers and would allow people to use tax-advantaged accounts to purchase over-the-counter medications and menstrual care products. Now, this I'm okay with. I'm normally not a fan of taxes at all. I think that the government should be kept with low powers and low taxes, meaning it doesn't have enough revenue to exert its authority over the state and over the citizens inside the government. However, I'm okay with sin taxes because if you're going to indulge yourself in poisons, the least the government can do is find a way to make revenue and make money to provide services off of your own stupidity. If you choose to poison yourself, whether that be through cigarettes, through alcoholism, through vaping, then by all means choose your poison, and at the very least let those who decide not to engage in those activities benefit from your personal choices. The article continues, stating the announcement of the markup comes as policymakers have expressed concerns about vaping products and a light spike of teen vaping and the spread of a mysterious respiratory illness that has sickened more than 1,000 people and led to 30 deaths. Now, Styx Hexen has talked about this, and I'm agreeing with him in full that a lot of these illnesses have come from people buying shady and shifty products over, Instagram pages and Twitter accounts that are selling, vaping pens, products, and juices that are mixed with THC and other chemicals, but aren't bought at a store. They're bought over the internet and usually from overseas, like China. And they're not going to be mixed. They're not going to be mixed appropriately. It's not going to be safe. And so these people, they smoke something and they die or they get sick. And I'm not surprised. But we're not cracking down on the problem. If we were to ban Chinese imports on vaping and nicotine products, I almost guarantee that this problem would disappear almost overnight. The Hill article goes on, stating, I applaud Chairman Neal and my colleagues on the Ways and Means Committee for acting swiftly and decisively to get vaping products out of the hands of young people, Suozzi said in a statement. We must address this public health crisis now rather than waiting years to do so as we did with cigarettes. And I would argue that it didn't take a very long time for cigarettes to be addressed. It went from a cultural norm 2 generations ago to virtually no one smoking now. You have a different product now that has been marketed towards, helping people quit smoking. And there's a very famous exchange, actually, and I'm going to go a little off topic here, but they were talking about vaping in another House committee hearing, and a Republican in the committee had brought a woman who was arguing that, vaping helped her quit smoking, and Representative Rashida Tlaib openly asked her if she was a conspiracy theorist in some bizarre attempt to discredit her because, she said, hey, vaping helped me quit smoking. I'm no longer using nicotine products, and I no longer use it because I don't have an oral fixation. So it's just, we live in some bizarre fucking times. But I have to agree that, sin taxes are fine. I think that it's a decent way to make revenue, and they're meant to be reductive. Eventually, people are going to stop smoking them because it encourages people to stop spending so much damn money on them because it's not conducive for you to spend money over and over on something, especially while vaping is meant to help you quit smoking. I used to smoke. I don't anymore. I can happily say that vaping definitely helped me quit smoking. I don't smoke. I don't even vape anymore. While, nicotine may seem attractive sometimes when I'm under stress, I recognize that it's bad for me. So, it helped me quit. So this video isn't sponsored content or anything, but I've got to get it out there that these things do work. However, I'm okay with this sort of taxes because I think it levels the playing field. Because I think for too long after they said, all right, we're going to raise the smoking age to 21, and we're going to ensure that some stores don't sell these products, but you can still buy a pack of Camels and Marlboros and Swisher Sweets, but you can't get a hold of vaping products. I think that this was trying to favor the revenue streams that had currently existed beforehand with tobacco products of the days of old, the farmed ones, not those that are used in vape pens. But I'm okay with these forms of taxes because at least it levels the playing field. If everyone's going to get taxed the same, at least that means, Philip Morris and Juul can compete with one another more or less fairly. A similar bill on taxing e-cigarettes has also been introduced in the Senate. The Trump administration said in September that it is seeking to ban non-tobacco flavors of e-cigarettes. Juul, a leading maker of e-cigarettes, announced last week that it's suspending sales of its fruity flavors. So, in anticipation of government regulation, one of the largest makers of e-cigarettes is already suspending its production of these fruity flavors. Yeah, teen vaping is a problem. It's a cultural thing, just in the same way that, teen smoking was prevalent in the 1980s and 1990s. I think we'll see a similar trend where it'll taper off. I think that the novelty of these things will eventually die off once we see the harmful effects and how the government is acting. But I don't really think that there needs to be regulation saying you can't purchase these things, you can't buy these things. You should have the personal and autonomy to do whatever the hell you want with your body. You want to drink? Fine. You want to smoke? Fine. You want to buy vaping products? That's totally okay. You want to be a dumbass and buy it from some shady Chinese page on Instagram that may have mixed THC with rat poison to give you the ultimate high? Go ahead, smoke up, and get yourself killed. That's entirely your prerogative, and I think that we should allow you to. But however, if we really wanted to solve this problem, we would take the same position that Styx Hexen has, and we should just ban the Chinese products regarding vaping issues. That's about all. I'll see you guys next time, and stay tuned. I've got more videos coming up soon. Y'all take care.